I just felt like showing people that I wanted to die was the greatest expression of my grief.
We moved to another community. We sold our house and, tried to start anew.
Moving to the new town was really difficult for me.
She always seemed to tell us that nobody liked her and she didn't have friends.
I had the hardest time just with the way my family was responding to it.
There was a lot of tension and arguing. We were not happy in our house.
That's when I started to take things upon myself.
Hannah took upon her, I think, the responsibility that not only did I cause the first incident to happen, but then I've now moved my family. They had to move because of this, and everyone is miserable.
I would get physically sick from it. I would just be so stressed and I didn't know how to deal with it. I think the point where it hit me, I was going through my parents' files upstairs, which isn't very good, but I came across a file and it had all the articles that were in the newspaper about when the incident happened. And I just remember sitting on my bedroom floor reading through that and realizing, like, I have been sexually abused, and I became very guilty and very shameful. I would self-harm a lot. I would cut my wrists, I would cut spots on my face, on my legs. I restricted my eating with anorexia. I purged with bulimia.
I guess we also were hoping it was just a phase, it would go away.
And I really started contemplating thoughts of suicide and actually attempting suicide.
Hannah's pain was so deep that her first counselor just broke down in tears after months of this and pretty much said, I don't know what to do.
And I remember doing every single thing they told me to do. I did every homework, and I'd come back and I'd say, I still want to cut and I still want to restrict.
We were getting quite hopeless because the very days it seemed that she would be at the counselor, she would come home and she would have some of her worst cutting incidents. Everything that man could do, nothing seemed to be touching the core of Hannah, and she basically just wanted to die.
I would just run through the ways in my head that I'd failed, the reasons why I was guilty, why I was worthless, why I was ugly, fat, because I felt that I needed punishment for I had failed my family, I'd failed myself.
I guess this is where I felt things totally out of control because I just kept trying to cover things up, keep secrets, and I tried to shelter the other 3 girls.
My sisters didn't even know. I felt like that was very weird that I had to keep a secret from my own family. I remember one day coming home and seeing a note on the kitchen counter, go online and look at mercyministries.org. So I go online, I see 6 to 9 months residential program, and I get on the phone, I call all my friends, sobbing, telling them my parents are sending me away for 9 months. Somewhere in there I found out that it has to be my choice to decide to apply. And once I realized that, I said, okay, good, I'm not going. And a couple months went by and I just realized that I had to go away. I'd used up all of my options at home, nothing was helping. I haven't self-harmed since fall of when I was in the residential program, so it's been years. I definitely still will go through situations where I'll think badly about myself and I'll just have to remind myself that that's not true, that I am forgiven, I am not guilty of those things.
She's strong and we're gonna make it.
I definitely feel joy. I feel very at peace, very content, but knowing that there is love and that love is more powerful than death, I think that's what gives me joy.